Hello, beautiful souls. This is Julie with Into Heartspace, and we're here already looking at the energy surrounding you for February. So first and foremost, so much love, joy, and blessings to everyone who's been watching and giving wonderful feedback. Just a reminder that my channel is about growth, about love, about raising each other up, and keeping that vibration high. And we all fall, and that's just being human, and that's just being where we are. But if we do fall, and we do fall into a harsher area, instead of trying to bring people down with you, let us rise you up. So please make sure that when you do leave comments, that you're leaving it in your highest of energy at the time, and that what you say and what you do is constructive for everyone involved. I have a background as a dancer, so I'm very used to hearing criticism and hearing things about what I'm doing wrong, how I can fix it, what I need to do to be better. And for me, it's very helpful. But when you are saying negative, mean, spiteful things to others, it doesn't help anyone, and it doesn't help anyone grow. So just be mindful of the words that you put down on the channel. Remember, it rings out to everyone, and you can't bring it back. So remember to speak, be, act with love and joy in your heart. Now, remember that this reading too, I'm starting a new kind of format in that the beginning of the reading is the collective. So I'll pull one card that is for the collective. So this includes everybody in some way, shape, or form. It could be in your subconscious, it could be your conscious, but it will hit you sometime during February, this one card. And this is for everybody, so for all the signs. And then after that, it'll go into your individual sign, your sign reading for the month. So I've been hearing that there's a little bit of confusion about that. So know that this is the collective, so this is every sign, and then it will go into your individual sign, so your sun, moon, rising sign. So make sure also too, when you are looking at the readings for your individual signs, that you are looking at your sun, that you are looking at your rising, you're looking at your moon. And if you're more interested about, your relationships, then find Mercury in your natal chart, find Venus, find Mars in your natal chart, and see how it's all interacting, and look at those signs too. If you have questions about that, let me know. Maybe I could do a video kind of explaining why they are important and why those readings will reflect relationships or family or whatnot. But know that you are not just one sign. You are made up of every sign, actually. So every sign in some regard will resonate with you, whether it's about how you act or how you are acting with your family, higher education, your spiritual side. There's so many different aspects, but absolutely look at your sun and your rising and your moon. All right, so let's pull one for the collective, calling on the highest of energy, the highest of love and light, calling on the divine. What is the energy for the collective? What message do you have for everyone? This one. Okay. Clear yourself. So this says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Holy moly, isn't that right, people, my collective? Right? Have you been feeling it lately? That people have been a little bit more tight, a little bit more abrupt, a little bit more quick to say something negative instead of sitting with their feelings and letting what comes out flow like silk instead of, you know, in anger. So this is time. This is the time to clear yourself of those energies. Take an Epsom salt bath. Sit with yourself. Drink really clear water, or you could also drink water with a little bit of vinegar and lemon and cayenne, and just clean your system. But take this time to let go of that energy that has happened over the holidays. if you've received anger and bitterness from others, let it go. Remember, the opinion of others is not, it's not for you. It's not important to you. It's none of your business, you know? So what other people feel about you, let go. It has nothing to do with you. What really matters is your connection to yourself, to your environment, and to your higher mind, your higher spirit, your higher body. Find that connection, and when you do, you will be connected to everyone. So let me read this to you one more time. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. So everyone, if you also hold on to this energy, this toxic energy, it forms into different things. Like, I am a true proponent that if you hold on to toxicity, it could turn into an illness. It can turn into a darker mindset. It could turn into depression. So these are things that you need to let go so that you can let the light in. And you guys know that. I say that so much, is that you need to let go. And even in my dance classes that I teach, I tell my students, let go. You know, move that spine, move it so that you can really feel your body flowing, feel the energy flowing through it. So make sure that you are doing that right now. It's starting to add up. It's starting to accumulate. And you have to expunge that energy. Let it out so that you can cleanse and clear your heart space. All right, let's go on to your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. This is Julie with Into Heartspace, and we're looking at the energy surrounding you for February 2017. If you would like a personal reading, you can find me on my website. You can email me. You can go to Twitter or to Facebook. So let's call in the highest of light, the highest of energy to guide us. Call in the divine. What messages do we have for Sagittarius 2017 February? What are the messages for Sagittarius 2017? What guidance? What messages? Do a couple more shuffles. Sagittarius, February 2017. Okay. And also make sure to look at your rising and your moon sign, as well as your sun. And if you're curious, you can always look at your Venus and your Mars and your Mercury, which you can find all that information in your natal chart. And I linked it in the description box below, so you can go explore that, your personal natal chart. Sagittarius. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And the energy that's coming in from the beginning of February or January is the Tower in reverse. So there was a shakeup, but it could be a very subtle shakeup, or it could have been something that you anticipated happening. So you kind of already knew that this was going to happen, and you could have been preparing for it, but a lot of times when the Tower comes up, it's that you didn't prepare for it, even though you had an inkling that this was going to happen when it's in reverse. And it could be very, very subtle, just a shift that you're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I knew I should have, locked that box or whatever it is that, and I say lock that box because I had this image of somebody stealing something out of somebody else's box, like a lockbox type thing. So yeah, make sure that you're when you get that inkling of, oh, you know what, I should probably double check on a situation, or oh, I should lock that door, or oh, I should close that window. Do that instead of just being like, I'm probably just being paranoid. Just take care of it. It's a good idea. Then we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Emperor, the Magician, the Knight of Wands in reverse, Four of Discs, Transformation reverse, Justice, Four of Swords, Ace of Discs, Awakening, also known as Judgment, Two of Cups, Eight of Wands, and Six of Discs reverse. Both of those are reversed, the 8 and the 6. Okay. Yeah, so these two here in the middle, the energy coming in and the energy surrounding February, makes sense. You know, the Tower coming in, rustling things up, shifting energy could be very subtle, but it could be something that you already knew was happening, really gives way to this Three of Cups in reverse. It's like you don't really feel like celebrating, you don't feel like going out. And it could also be that some people behind your back are gossiping about you and being awry in regards to the Three of Cups. Because the Three of Cups, when it's upright, is about celebration, is about wanting to be with people, trusting, loving, enjoying one another. And then when it's in reverse, you could either be feeling disconnected from everyone and not wanting to hang out with your friends and family, but it could also be that there's a reason for it, that they aren't in a celebrating mood either, or they're being a little passive aggressive, like with the Three of Cups, like in reverse, it's very passive aggressive, like, oh, you should come, but I completely understand that you have to work and you should do that because that would make you, seem lazy if you didn't go to work, right? But you were ready to go out with them and have fun, but they made it kind of like a passive aggressive, like, we don't want you here, but in a way that, do you see what I went with that? That was a little confusing, sorry. But yes, with the Three of Wands in reverse, like throughout February, just pay attention to the energies that's surrounding your friends and family, and people close to you or at work. And if you feel like they're being a little shady, there's probably a reason for it. And just make sure that you are walking in clarity, in honesty, and in faith in yourself. Okay. So then in relationships, we have the Emperor, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. This feels very third party-ish to me. If you're in a relationship, I feel like you guys are very solid, and you guys are helping each other grow. Like you guys are giving each energy to each other that is helpful. Like having the Emperor here and the Magician here are both very strong souls. The Emperor is ruling over an entire land, very clear about what they need to do, who they need to be, and that, what is best for him and his country. And with the Magician, it's learning to wield your power, learning to see all of the attributes you have to give, to oversee situations. So it's like this infinite power, this infinite knowledge of self, and you can wield it for good and you can wield it for not, but I feel like if you're in a relationship, like you both are standing strong in yourselves and therefore standing strong together. However, this Knight of Wands is coming in and spouting lies, spouting anger, bitterness, distrust, and trying to break this energy up. So I feel like somebody's jealous of your relationship if you're together, and they're trying to come in and whisper lies, and it could be, this is linked. This is definitely linked. The Three of Cups reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse. So they are doing it in your friend circle. It could be a friend, somebody who you hang out with, or you work with on a regular basis, and they're passive aggressively trying to split you up, being like, well, you know what, I saw little old Joe Billy Bob, talking to sexy Samantha. I wonder if something's going on there, when you were, like Joe Billy Bob was just asking for an update on a project they were working on, So it's making things out of situations that there's nothing there. So be careful of this if you're in a relationship. Now, if you're single, I feel like you might be pursuing someone or someone is pursuing you, and together you guys are strong, but once again, somebody's trying to come in between that and say, I don't want this union to happen, so I'm going to break it up, and they're coming in and, telling you, oh, you don't want, Henry. You don't want Henry. I've heard that he's a slob, and you're like, oh, that doesn't bother me. But, they're trying to split you up with somebody else. So be careful of people who are whispering in your ears about other people. They are not that person. So if you have a question, go to the person and ask them. All right, and then in career, we have the Four of Discs, transformation in reverse, and then justice. All right, Spirit keeps saying it's Sagittarius, it's time to move on. And this is in career. Having transformation in reverse is holding on too tight and not allowing something to shift. It could also be that you're focusing on a dark part of work and not seeing the full picture. You're focusing on this one part that could be make you very anxious, fill you with stress. But if you look at the whole thing, it's not all like that. There's a lot of different aspects that are going on. But having this transformation in reverse is not allowing change to happen when it needs to happen. And if you continue this way, you're not going to gain what you want to gain. Like you will get what you deserve. If you are focusing on the negative and you're like, oh, I'm going to lose my job. Oh, this project's not going to work. Oh, I don't, I'm not going to get that raise. All these things, those things are not going to happen. Justice is going to make sure of that. Justice is going to say, okay, that's what the energy you're putting in. That's what you're giving me. Fine. That's what you want. Fine. You get what you get. But Sagittarius, if you feel this energy and you're like, things don't feel right, I feel really paranoid, I feel very anxious, you have to get to the root of this problem. You have to find where that is. You can't just let it go and be like, well, I'm sure it'll pass. There's a reason that you're feeling this way. So go into understanding mode and say, okay, why do I feel anxious? Do I feel anxious because I've been working so hard and I'm not seeing anything pay off? Do I feel anxious because this isn't what I want to do, but I'm trying to manifest it or, try to make it feel like it's something I want to do? Like, get to the root of the problem so that you can change that energy and start to shift it into where you want it to go. But you won't be able to do that unless you know what the problem is first. And then once you do that, it'll start to flow. Having the Four of Discs here, like I always call it the miser card, it has two different aspects to it. In one, if you are not letting go of this transformation, if you are, not moving forward in the space you need to, then you will feel like you have to hoard everything, and you're going to feel like you need to just hunker down and wait it out. But that is not the energy that you need to be putting into it. It's exactly the opposite. It's like, okay, I feel like I'm going to lose my job. I feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. Why do I feel that? It's because I'm not doing what I need to do. I need to change course. Or I am doing what I love to do, but I just need to change my mindset. And then as soon as that happens, then you can allow the abundance to happen instead of holding on tight because you're so anxious and you're not sure of what's going to happen. And then you'll be rewarded by justice because you were asking to rise. And that's what justice wants to give you. If you aren't trying to rise, you won't. All right, so in abundance, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Ace of Discs and Awakening. So you're sitting on something, and this goes once again hand in hand with transformation here. It's time to make a decision. It's time to move on to this new beginning, this new frame of mind, this new job, this new venture that you know is sitting there waiting for you. And it might be terrifying, but you need to take one step. This is not the time to wait. This is the time to take even if it's a itty bitty baby step, to take a step in that direction. Start to acknowledge that, there is a passion that you have, and start to learn about it, start to cultivate it. Because it's like with awakening here, I'm excited to see what it is, Sagittarius. I definitely feel like it's something, you're cultivating a love, a vibrance that is going to really help out the world. And it's also going to make you financially abundant. Like this is a card of abundance and starting abundance, a new project, a new wave of wealth coming into your life. But you're not going to get it if you are saying, I'm too exhausted, I can't keep moving, I need to take a break. It's not that time right now. It's just not. I'm so sorry, Sagittarius, if you are tired. Always, get enough sleep, take care of yourself. I'm a big proponent of that. But you have to, there's something you got to do. There's something that you have to push forward on. So it might be uncomfortable, but it's very much needed. Okay, and then in mind, body, soul connection, we have the Two of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups, and I believe that's reversed, sorry. And the Six of Discs in reverse. There is an aspect of yourself that you feel confused and lacking. There is something that you don't feel like you have any choice in, that you have to just keep going on. And I'm getting the sense that for a lot of Sagittarians, it has to do with the physical body, that you are not taking care of it because you're working too hard. You're not taking care of it because you feel overwhelmed with this shift, this tower shift. And so you're letting it go. But I really, it could also be intellect too, that you're not reading, you're not filling your brain with yummy stuff right now, and it's because you feel overwhelmed in other aspects as well. And so that you just don't feel like there's anything for you to give. But there is something coming in that is calling your soul contract. Is asking you to meet them so that they can assist you and vice versa. But it's your body and your intellect are too foggy right now to see it. But it's there. It's definitely there, and you have to clear the fog. So Spirit says, go on a walk. and then I heard eat cookies, which I would never recommend anyone eating cookies. I love cookies. I do. But okay, I get what's going on there. Take care of yourself and indulging yourself every once in a while in the things you love, but also making sure that you are in a very clean mind, body, soul space. And yes, it does feel like you have no choice in the matter, that you have to just keep going through the days, keep working very hard, getting through situations. But you can always take 5 minutes to yourself every single day. You can do that. Everyone can. There's no excuse for that. And when you do that, when you take 5 minutes to eat that cookie, or to go on that walk, or to take that moment to breathe, you're clearing space and clearing up residual, and it's just cleaning and cleaning. And even though it's only 5 minutes, that's accumulative. So if you do that every day, you're going to feel a difference. So definitely take care of your body and your intellect. Read a wonderful book, something that stimulates your mind. Watch a documentary. Listen to a TED Talk, But the most important thing about the intellect part of it, is that you need to do this to be inspired. You're lacking, Sagittarius, in inspiration. Some of you are lacking in inspiration. And so that's what Spirit wants you to do, is to find it. Find the things that inspire you so that your creativity can flow. Let's call in Mother Moon and see the added energies. What added guidance do you have for Sagittarius? Dear. How cute. Dear gentleness. So I'm not going to pull out the book for this one because I got it right away what needs to be said. Dear, the gentleness. Sagittarius, you must be gentle with yourself. Be kind with your body. Be kind with your soul. It is time for you to be gentle, but gently move yourself forward. We cannot take a step back this month. Even if it's just a centimeter step forward, it is still going forward. There are things that you are meant to do. It has to do with your career and your soul journey. Do it. There will be obstacles. People are going to try to bring you down in February. They really are. But it's time for you, as in the collective card pull, is to clear yourself and make space for this new. All right, so Sagittarius, if you would like a reading, you can find me on Facebook, on my website, you can email me, or Twitter. And until next time, much love, joy, and blessings.